French Masque. A masque in medieval and Renaissance times was a courtly festival, not one of these. Although the masquerade could often be part of the festivities. Today, Montclair Early music will take you back to the Burgundian court of Philip the Good, where the good king is hosting a festival to gain support for a crusade. He has spared no expense with an elaborate banquet. The walls were decorated with tapestries like those you might see at the cloisters. On the Duke's table there was a church made out of cake. It had a vault and windows, a bell that chimed, even an organ. On other tables, cakes depicted forests with animals, castles, all with music. There were dancers, singers, and entertainment of all kinds. We will present a sampling of music that may have been heard at this festival. The processional we played was an estampille, a popular dance from dating back to the 13th and 14th centuries. The estampille is the first known genre of medieval-era dance music and continues to exist today. It was performed in a lively triple meter, with a melody often played on the recorder. Other instruments were joined on the refrain. Our next two dances are branles, which are danced by a chain of dancers. Branles are still danced in France today. The name branle derived from the French verb branler, to shake, wave, sway, wag, or wobble, referring to the side-to-side movement of a circle or chain of dancers. Although originally a folk dance with singing, the branle was adopted, like other folk dances, into aristocratic use. Constantinople, the Pope had asked King Charles the Good to raise an army for a crusade. The following piece, Agnus Dei, by one of the most famous composers of the day, Antoine Brumel, would perhaps put his audience in the mood for giving. De la Guerre is a slow dance by Claude Gervais, depicting a battle. Firearms had existed in medieval armies since the 14th century, but it was only in the early 16th century that their power began to be fully utilized on the battlefield. Listen for the sounds of soldiers marching to war and guns being fired. In the 12th century, traveling noblemen and musicians called troubadours composed and performed songs, told stories. Pierre Passereau wrote a cute song about a woman bragging to her friends about her husband. Il est bel et bon translates to this: he is handsome and fine, my husband is. There were two gossiping women in the village, saying one to the other, you have a good husband. He doesn't scold me, or beat me either. He does chores, he feeds the chickens, and I take my pleasure. Really, you have to laugh to hear the cries of the chicks and hens. Cuckoo, cuckoo, little flirt, what's this? Elsa Larson will sing the words in French as the reporter's accompaniment.
About maybe 2 weeks ago, started on the alto recorder, and so they're going to be playing Brother John, some of them playing the alto and some of them playing soprano. They all can do it on the alto, but we just separated it out. Are winners of the contest that we ran. So I want to tell you a little bit about that and award the prizes. So I'm Julianne Pate, for those of you who don't know me, and I am the founder of Montclair Early Music about 10 years ago. And last year we started a program for elementary school students who are learning the recorder to have an opportunity to have some free lessons and to have the opportunity to play with us in our group. So I contacted as many music teachers in the community as I could, and I think we have a couple of those teachers here. Maybe today, is Max Melman here? Would you come up? Is Max here? No? Okay, raise your hand again so everybody sees you. Oh, no, you're not here. Oh, okay, and Christopher Beek, is he here? Oh, there's Christopher. Okay, just come up. And Christopher is a music teacher at Belleville's Elementary School number 5. And so he referred several students, 2 of whom are here playing with us today. And why don't you just come up by your students? So they submitted videos of their performances. They learned several songs during the summer. You've heard some play those songs, and they submitted those videos, and I sent those videos out to recorder professionals throughout the country to be judges. There were 3 judges that also teach recorder and are professional players, because I was too prejudiced. I just thought they were all so great, and I just couldn't decide who to give a prize to. So I submitted those for them to judge, and they were judged on several things. They were judged on accuracy, focus and poise, tone quality, musical phrasing, posture, hand position, and articulation. And each of those categories had 10 points, so there were 60 points total that they could get. It's very unusual, but this year we had 4 contestants that received 59 points. So they're all first prize winners. Congratulations to you all. And they've worked so hard. And I want to thank not just the students, but their parents who were so dedicated, brought them to practice and coach them at home. And I teach via the Suzuki method, which emphasizes musicality from day one. Instead of note reading. They learn notes kind of as they're going along, but really it's playing musically that's important. I think that was pretty evidenced by their playing today. So let me see, I have some prizes for them. Okay. Cool. Lindsay? Lyle? You stay here, I want to get a picture of you with your prizes and your... So pleased that they... And so now we have... Actually, actually, that last piece, we're going to call them the Allegro Quartet because they play so fast and learn so fast. And Allegro means fast. So, do we have some pictures? Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Now we move in time to the mid-1600s, the court of Louis XIV. The Sun King aspired to surpass the achievements of classical antiquity. During Louis XIV's record 72-year reign, music flourished at Versailles. French Baroque music had a unique style that was emulated by many musicians such as Bach and Telemann. Elsa Howard and Ken Smith will play a rondo by Esprit Philippe Chedeville, a court musician for King Louis of France on 2 tenor recorders. The rondo was a dance often with words that were sung. The rondo form has a refrain that is repeated after every new item. Chamber musicians did, one more. 2 other court dances were the chaconne and the pasacaya. They are similar in style, usually in triple meter, and set to a set of variations on a harmonic progression in the bass. Jean-Baptiste Lully was the master of the French Baroque style. The group will now play a rondo, a pasacaya, and a chaconne. Jacques-Marie Hurdy, chamber musician to the king, is considered the authority on French Baroque ornamentation. He taught many aristocratic patrons and wrote Europe's first method book for the transverse flute and recorder. In addition to performing and teaching, Hurdy continued his family's tradition of wind instrument making. Our last piece, a prelude by Jacques-Marie Hurdy, will be played by our president, Julien Pate.
So before our last piece, I would like to thank a couple of people. First of all, I'd like to introduce and thank our music director, Jason Preset. Dr. Jason Preset is from Montclair State University. And he just joined us about 2 weeks ago and jumped right in to help us with this concert. We're very grateful to him. I also want to recognize a few people from our group. I'd like to recognize Denise, our talented Denise Ledoux, who plays Hurdy Gurdy, recorders, and was a big inspiration for this program. As you can tell from her name, she is French and a lot of great ideas, so we appreciate that. I'd like to recognize Elsa Larson, would you stand? Our singer. And I'd like to recognize Kathy Kakavali, who does all our graphics. She sends out that wonderful email to the website, and is on top of everything. And I'm very grateful to have her and to be able. She dedicates her time to this. I also want to have all the groups stand. They're just a pleasure to work with. They're just so. It really makes my day. So thank you, everybody. And today we have a guest. We are a dancer, and I'd like to recognize her for her beautiful dancing today. And of course the children. Let's give them another hand. They were wonderful. We've also appreciate our volunteers who have helped us to make sure we're being very cautious about safety. Milt Horowitz and John Howard. Thank you, back there. We have, and also want to thank TV34. They are taping this, and they will, they'll be broadcasting it. We'll send you an email, let you know when that is happening, so you can let your friends know. We are also very grateful to Renda and Voynick, a law firm who has sponsored us on this for this program. They had pens available when you come in, and so please take one if you haven't on the way out. They're a very community-minded law firm, and they support a lot of community projects, including the food pantry. So we very appreciate their helping us with this program. Also want to thank the United Way and the Garden. Is there anyone here from the Garden Club? They were here earlier. Montclair Garden Club, they have a beautiful website, and for allowing us to have this program here. It was actually quite a struggle to find a place where they'd allow us to have this program, so we're very grateful to them. And I want to thank you, the audience, for being here. Thank you. So one more thing I just want to mention, Montclair Early Music is a 5013 nonprofit organization. We are all volunteers. We have no paid staff, and we do this because we love early music. We love playing in an ensemble, and we enjoy bringing this wonderful music to the community. It's music that is rarely heard. You don't hear it on the radio. You rarely hear it on QXR, and it's beautiful music. And so we're glad to be able to present it to you. And we are always looking for new members. We have a lot of beginners that have started with us and have moved on to be able to play in the more advanced group. And we have advanced players as well. So anybody who's interested in learning to play an instrument, we welcome you to contact me. I have my cards on the table, and to play along with us. It's a lot of fun. We're going to be doing rehearsals via the internet, but we're going to be using a special software that allows us to play together. And thanks to Jason, who is using that software at the college. And so the only other thing I want to mention is that we had to cancel our spring concert. Usually we charge for concerts, and that ticket revenue helps for us to be able to do these concerts. And without your support, we are unable to, it's very difficult for us to do these concerts. And so we appreciate if you can support us with a donation. We appreciate it. One more thing, and that is that we are enhancing our board of directors. We're looking for people, not necessarily musicians, just people who like this music and believe in it, who might be interested in being on our board. And we're particularly looking for people who may own a business, who are maybe an accountant, or anyone who just believes in it and would like to participate and help us. Or even if you'd like to volunteer at our next concert. So that is all I have to say right now. Thank you again for being here. And now we have one last medieval piece, an escampi, that we will recess with.
Right away.